after tonight, only one series remains. I'm pretty sure, that being Dallas and LA. So we're just gonna recap the two that ended tonight, starting with the Bucks versus Pacers. This series was weird. I feel like it took 6 games for the Pacers to actually feel comfortable playing against the Bucks, without Giannis, of course. Dame did play today, but he was clearly not himself. Um, he had 28 points, but I believe he scored a lot of that in the fourth. So, oh, he didn't. Oh, okay. So he was just fine. I feel like he could have been better, but fine, not efficient. Brooke Lopez, normal Brooke Lopez game. You basically just got production from a team that just needs their star, and they're playing as if their star was still there. So no one really stepped up. Um, you just needed a better shooting game from everyone. I guess you guys were just very inefficient. And they got the lead down to about like 4 in the second quarter. Then the Pacers went on a run and never really looked back. Everyone was clicking for the Pacers. It felt like this was Miles Turner's worst game. Probably the only game I remember he like didn't play that great offensively. Aaron Nesmith showed up, and Pascal Siakam. It took him until like second, third quarter, but he started showing up again. Halliburton got to work early, I believe. Let me just see if I can pull up the first half. Yeah, 15 points in the first half. Didn't do much the second half. He kept taking these threes, but whatever. Yeah, he set the tone early for the Pacers, so good job by him. Um, yeah, this is kind of what I wanted from him. I still wanted a bit more, but it's fine because it's a blowout, so it's not like they needed to rely on him too much. Andrew Nemhart played great. Um, he's way better than I thought. Because what was it? Is he? I think he's the one that just went crazy against the Warriors. Then was just fine. But he's good. He's good. I like how he plays. Obi Toppin was the player of the day. He went 8 for 15. Scored 21 points, most on the team. Yeah, just most on the team. He hit, what was it, 3 3-pointers, and then he just kept chucking them up, which ruined his efficiency. But he hit these threes to grow the lead to like 20, and that's when I'm like, all right, yeah, pack it up. This game's over. So shout out to him. You just got a good all around game from the Pacers. The Bucks, um, you just, I guess you could just run it back. There are some things you could change, like get better shooters, I guess. Um, Chris Middleton, he's fine. You don't have to trade him. Neither do you have to trade Dame. The only one I guess you could really like, I would actually explore like trading is Portis or Connaughton. Maybe Lopez. I know Bucks fans really love Portis, but he low key cost them a game by getting ejected like 6 minutes in, and like it was supposed to be him and Middleton taking over, but you could probably get a lot for him and Connaughton. Probably get a good was it a good 3-and-D forward or wing, something like that. It's hard to judge what the Bucks really needed in the series because was it a top 3 basketball player in the world was injured for them, and Dame is playing on like 1.5 good Achilles or whatever. So yeah, you can't really get too mad at any of the role players because if they did this and Giannis was here, you probably win this game. Even because I don't think Giannis would have let that explosion happen. But hey, shout out the Pacers. I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up playing the Knicks because the Knicks won in 6. Jesus Christ, this series was the best series so far. pretty much like Warriors and Kings last year. This was the best first round series because it had everything. It had drama. It had an up and coming star. It had, and like, Jesus, it was just great. It had comebacks. Everything you could want in basketball, this had it. So let's talk about it. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize how many minutes play. Josh Hart, he hit the game-winning three-pointer, eventually game-sealing three, because they just left him wide open, which I don't know why. He's been shooting good the whole series. And if you leave an NBA player that can shoot, like, just literally can, not freaking, like, Andrew Bogut or something, if you leave him, like, right at the top of the key, like, just wide open, he can make that shot. So, I don't know what they were doing. Let's see. OG played good, too. Pretty much everyone from the Knicks played good. They didn't get much, if any, production at all from their bench. Only 5 points in total scored from their bench compared to, like, the Sixers 30 or something. We'll get into that. But huge shout out Jalen Brunson. He is what I say stars should be doing, which is just emptying the clip in the playoffs. 27 shot attempts. We love shot chuckers in the playoffs. But all jokes aside, he was actually phenomenal. In the fourth quarter, I believe he had like 10 points or something. Yeah, he had 14 points. He started a run that was like a 15-5 run eventually, which I really thought the game was over, but then the Sixers came right back and tied it, I believe. But yeah, just a great overall game from the Knicks, and everyone played pretty much to their best. Well, maybe not their best, but like to what they're expected to. Now for the Sixers side, yeah, you try. Tobias Harris probably not going to be on this team next year after today. 0 points, only 2 shot attempts. Shout out Kelly Oubre though. This was probably his best offensive performance. He hit some big shots down the stretch. I believe like 2 threes in the fourth quarter. And he was playing pretty good defense when he was on Brunson until like they screened and he had to start trailing him or whatever. Embiid fouled out of this game, but it's not like it would have really mattered because only like a few seconds left or something. But yeah, don't do that, I guess. I'm not gonna critique Embiid too much. He gave you 39 points in a winner-go-home game. Take out the free throws, that's still like 26 points. And we could do the same thing with Brunson, but we're not going to do that. Yeah. I guess just cut out the turnovers. He probably win this game, but he's also like paralyzed and on one leg. So this series, I don't know how. It was his most injured series. This was probably the best series as a whole I've seen from Embiid. And he did not look like healthy out there. So huge shout out Embiid. I'm excited to see what he does next year. Healthy, hopefully. Knock on wood. But Tyrese Maxey, he was a no-show the entire like first half. Then he showed up in the fourth quarter. Hit a game-tying layup and won. This game was just back and forth the whole time. Knicks were up like 22 points at one point, I believe. Yes, 22 points. And I'm like, alright, I guess this game's over. And then you got a huge, huge game from none other than Buddy Hield of all people. 20 points from him. I believe like 17 of them were in the second quarter or something. Yeah, 17 points in the second quarter, which they took like a 3-point lead going into halftime. Huge game from him. And yeah, Batum also showed up, so if you're the Sixers, I guess you could just think going into the offseason, alright, we just need to find an actual forward to replace Tobias Harris. Do everything you can to try to keep Oubre. He's he's actually very good for the Sixers and how he works in their system. Just find a replacement for Tobias Harris and just do better at managing Embiid's injuries, I guess. And you probably make the Western Conference Finals. No, I mean Eastern Conference Finals. My bad. Misspoke. But yeah, you needed Tobias Harris. Pretty sure this is last year of his contract. Not a great ride for him as a Sixer. But shout out the Knicks. I don't remember if I chose them to win or not. I think I said the series was gonna go like 7 or 6, something like that. But shout out the Knicks. So now we have. My apologies. Apparently, I keep completely forgot. The Cavs and Magic are playing tomorrow too, I think. So we do have 2 series fully set. I'm thinking of making my own video for each of them or just both of them. But yeah, we'll talk. Here's tomorrow's games, and then we'll wrap it up. Where to go? Let's see. My bad. Here are tomorrow's games. You got Cavs versus Magic. I feel like the Cavs might win just because of how heartbreaking that loss was for the Magic. And I feel like the Mavericks will win at home. But you never know. So, leave a like and subscribe. We do this every day of the playoffs that there are games. And I will see you all next time.